Hey everybody, it's Mike. I just wanted to record a quick intro to this episode. So this is the third and final of the lost episodes we recorded back in June of 2021. And after our hiatus, we are getting those uploaded to you now. In other news, we are recording new episodes, and those will be coming out soon, along with a new co-host. So things are looking up, and we hope that you enjoy this episode from the past. Thank you.
Hail them. Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
They're hailing us, sir.
On screen.
Hello and welcome to another Hailing Frequencies Open podcast where we're trekking through the past and future of Star Trek. As always, I'm your host, Mike Jones, and as always, joining me via the magic of the Zoom calls are my co-hosts, Aaron and Ben. Say hi, guys.
As always, hello.
Lower decks for life.
Yeah, we're the Lower Decks crew. That's true. I don't. We're scrappy, and
We are. We've got
Plucky.
grit.
No one's dying of a spear wound.
No one's doing. We live on a starship.
well, and speaking of Lower Decks,
Spear wound.
in a recent episode of Lower Decks, No Small Parts, they encounter a familiar foe, the Packleds, and I think we are encountering the Packleds today.
Yes, yes, the Packleds are in fact. That's the Go Fest, right? That's
Right.
that's the one we're doing. Okay, I was like, okay.
Yep.
We
Yep.
like things
Yes.
that make us go.
Spoiler alert.
We look for
but-
things to make us go.
Right. So, yeah, if you haven't guessed it yet, we are going to do a watch along with the season 2 episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, Samaritan Snare. So get out your DVD, Blu-ray, CBS All Access, Netflix, old VHS copy and get it queued up to start in just a minute. And while you're doing that, take a moment to think about becoming a patron on our Patreon. If you like our podcast, you can join our crew and get some special perks. And make sure that you've subscribed to us. Give us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you get your podcasts.
5
I'm
stars.
like doing this like interpretive dance to go with everything you say, but the only way you get to see it is if you are a Patreon
Right.
member.
That's right.
You gotta pay
Otherwise,
for that
all of
fan
this.
dance.
Join it. Do it. Do the
Wait,
stuff.
wait, what fan? I didn't say there was a fan dance. Calm yourself, Mike Jones.
Oh my.
It's not that kind of a show.
Not yet anyway.
It
All right.
almost
Let's
bit my
get this
seltzer.
Netflix party started.
Let's
And
do it.
3,
Get it started.
1, play.
Play
Here
it.
we go. Captain's log.
Oh, I gotta mess with.
We
my volume.
start on a field of stars and a starship speeding towards
A
us.
starship narrowly misses us, almost
Every
colliding
time,
with us.
just like inches away.
Do you guys have the captions on?
Oh, I don't. Do you?
I do
do.
not.
I just was curious if I could do that and you guys can't.
Oh,
Or like if you like it had to, everyone had to do it, or or one or the other.
I think I usually do it, but then sometimes my video messes up, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it work too
My
hard.
audio wasn't working at first, and I got real scared. But then I was like, oh, I had it set to a different speaker that's not plugged in right now. Earlier,
Right. That's such
Silly.
a 2021 problem.
Silly.
yeah. It's like, oh, I can't remember what CDR I burned that song to.
I love that the episode starts with Data and Riker and Wesley having some banter. And then cut to a strangely strained scene between Pulaski and Picard. This episode
They
is
knew she was
weird.
on the way out. Like, I think that's what I think.
Well, he clearly doesn't like her. I mean, like, Pulaski's not impressing her boss because she just pulled rank on him.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird interpersonal stuff that happens in this episode, though.
Yes.
What, like, okay, I know we don't want to jump ahead to the end and like spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen this before, but like this show is 30 years old, so move on with your life.
Sure.
What? Huh? Why is it inappropriate for Dr. Pulaski, who's apparently an absolute expert in this particular field, to do a procedure right on the starship?
He's pulling.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It's his own pride. It's his own, like, he doesn't want his crew to know that he has a artificial heart, I guess, or that, or to feel sorry for him or worry about him.
I think it's that he doesn't want to be seen as weak, like that he's in a hospital bed recovering in sick bay.
This episode feels very like early season 1.
Yes. This is not the Captain Picard of later seasons. And I feel like we should have grown past this kind of
this hang up, right?
Yeah, this hang up. This I don't want to say
he's just so blustery.
I don't know.
Beginning part.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could have had fun with him being really awkward about it and just being like, does it have to be you with Dr. Pulaski? Like, there could still be fun to be had, but why is he going to get on a shuttlecraft and travel for hours to go get a procedure someplace else when he could get it right there, apparently have a 4-hour recovery period and then be back to work? He doesn't even need to miss a shift.
Yeah, they really lean into into this unnecessary drama, which that might be the title of the episode. Unnecessary drama.
Look who it is. The almost star ensign. What's her face?
So
she's finally learned not to walk with hot chocolate.
Ensign Gomez, right? She doesn't have her hot chocolate with her.
And she has kind of a blowout thing happening.
Yeah.
This is so awkward.
It's like, where are you going with your books and iPad?
This is so awkward.
Why is he so like?
He's in a really bad
Why is
mood
her hair
because
only stage left?
Hairspray, my friend. Aquanet.
They have Aquanet in the
Lots of
21st
it.
century.
Oh, this is the Einstein shuttle.
So originally, apparently, in the script, they were supposed to be taking the captain's yacht, which would make sense because.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
So
there is a captain's yacht on the Enterprise.
The ship is designed with, you know how on the top of the saucer there's the bridge is the center circle. On the bottom, that center circle is a little ship that can like pop off and fly away, and it's the captain's yacht. And they never used it, even though it was designed for a budget. But this was the episode where they were going to introduce it, and then they decided, no, let's save a lot of money and just use this shuttlecraft that we already have.
Saucer. Yeah, they already had that model. So,
Yeah. Well, and they recycled footage. I mean, I'm so sad that we never saw the captain's yacht.
That would have been fun.
It's in the...
Does it have a hot tub? Like, what makes it... So. What makes it a yacht versus, just a little shuttlecraft?
Mike's getting the book out. Mike's getting the diagram.
I'm getting out the book.
Are we supposed to talk about, this is episode number something, directed by so-and-so who is second cousins with...
So...
who slept with Gene Roddenberry? I don't know.
Well, that's everyone.
This episode first aired May 15th, 1989. Written by Robert McCullough, who, as far as I know, never slept with Gene Roddenberry.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure. It was the 70s at one point. Directed by Les Landau, who that's a familiar name. He's done a lot of directing in the first couple seasons. I don't know Robert McCullough. I don't know. I didn't look and see what other episodes he wrote, but
I feel like I've heard that name already. So I think
we do know that Patrick Stewart is in this episode.
Yes,
along with Jonathan Frakes.
Who also starring LeVar Burton as Lieutenant Geordie LaForge.
He's great. He did a show called Reading Rainbow. I don't know if you're familiar.
Butterfly
Marina Sirtis was supposed to have 4 breasts.
We try to mention that every episode.
Love me.
Okay, here it is. Here's the captain's yacht. for our
and that just pops off the bottom, but
Holy
upside
smokes.
down, upside down, I imagine, right?
Well,
It has to
upside down
flip.
in space means nothing.
Well, no,
so-
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think it
I mean,
really,
or does it
I
fit
don't think it has to flip.
in the thing? It just fits in there like that.
I think once it's not there, there's a concave hole in the bottom of the.
Right.
You've got a concave hole. Shut up.
Who told you?
I don't know why I'm doing that a lot. I'm like winking and like clicking. I don't know what that's about.
That's fine.
You're like,
It's
hello,
for the
hello.
Patreon members.
Hello,
It's for
governor.
the Patreon members.
Fancy a light little in the pub, right? I feel like I should bite a gold coin to make sure it's real. Just a thanks, governor.
This feels so weird.
This feels like half the Zoom meetings I'm in. Like they're not
Yeah.
looking at the screen, they're looking away, they're not paying attention.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
You just see them moving.
Oh my god! I wish
It is
it's
broken.
broken. They seriously need to trim their eyebrows.
Yeah, it's rough. There's just a really, and they get like where they meet to become the unibrow is where they really flare out.
Right. They're like vertical.
These characters, like I feel badly. I don't
Because
like.
they're
I
wearing
don't
packing
like.
blankets as clothes.
Well, there's that. Like they were the burlap sacks.
And burlap sacks.
Like I know that in the end of this episode they make a point of like, you know, they're clever in their own way. They managed to
Right.
get all of this technology through, you know, being duplicitous, but like I don't know, this feels, I don't know, it feels mean.
Make fun
I
of
feel-
them or
No. Just the characters being that low IQ, or at least in the way they communicate and interact with other people, that they read as being low IQ. I don't know. It's just like at first
Oh, I
it's
see what you're
funny, but
saying.
when I watch it for too long, it feels like uncomfortable. But I mean, you
Yeah.
know, they end up kind of being bad guys, so you get over it.
well, you're
Sort
right.
of
They
like-
don't. You would think that the bridge crew would be used to communicating with people who they have a language barrier with. And that's
Yeah.
ultimately what it could be. I mean, it could just be like the universal translator is not handling their language well
Yeah.
or something like that. But Riker is immediately like, are you stupid? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's
immediately
that.
gets
It's-
this tone.
Yeah.
We are outmanned,
What?
outnumbered, outplanned.
Oh my God.
What?
We need to simmer down now.
So the Hercules Mulligan. Sorry, I'm done.
We're so far off task.
I know.
Okay.
I was going to
Gotta get back to
say
the road trip.
that I think that they just must have a limited like vocabulary. Like I think that must just, you know what I mean? So like that comes to me, that's sort of what it is that's coming across. But this is like that urban legend, you know, you hear about like, oh, so they stop to help the guy with the flat tire and it's an axe murderer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's sort of a play on that trope.
Yeah.
Right. They're the good Samaritan, but they're caught in a Samaritan snare.
Snare. We're
Which
waiting for
brings
the
us
good.
back to the name of the episode. That's so astute.
Thank you, Robert McCullough. I'm going to decide that he named the episode too. I noticed he's listed as a producer as well. So,
So he feels very strongly about this amazing episode.
right.
Whoa. So Picard is being so ornery and just like jerky.
Yeah.
And Wesley's just like diving in with the super personal questions. Like they're just like, you outrank me by a factor of 10, but I'm going to dive into why you're in a bad mood, your medical history. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to start asking you about decisions that you made in terms of whether or not you started a family and if you regret
Right.
that. Like
I keep expecting.
I mean, and
Like
just
when I
throwing it
end
out
up in
there.
an elevator with my CEO, I don't ask questions like that.
Right. No, there's no
just
small
throwing
talk.
it out there. I've got this rubber glove and some KY jelly. I can give you an exam if you need. Just gonna shut up, Wesley.
It's like Wes is leading up to, okay, be honest. Are you my real dad? You know? My friend. They're so easy to make fun of. I love that they're set because it makes sense because it's like their ship is made of recycled parts and stuff. We see all these recycled set pieces in the background, you know, like things from the original series movies and, you know, the console of the custodian from that episode where all the children are kidnapped is in the background.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fun to like look and see what they've stolen.
It reminds me of they're all like Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
A little bit.
Even the way they move.
They're a bit egg shaped. Yes.
I guess I'm a little offended that they cast all like overweight middle-aged men speaking as an overweight middle-aged man. They're like, we need stupid people. What says stupid to you?
Also, again, Counselor Troy was able to feel across hundreds or thousands of kilometers through space what they are feeling.
Yes.
And now, P.S., one episode ago, Guinan called from the bar saying, hey, by the way, where's the captain? And everyone panicked. She's run up to the bridge being like, why is Geordi not on the ship? He's in danger. And they're like, woman, sit down. We've got this one covered.
Right.
Have you
Guinan
seen
can
the number
say,
of pips on his
something's
collar?
wrong. I don't know what. And Geordi's like, I'm going to go to the engine room. Something's up.
Yeah.
But Counselor Troy's like, we're in major danger. And they're like, yeah, not so much.
They're like, these guys are eggs. They're fine.
Like, have you listened to them?
How could someone so simple be plotting against us?
It's
Awkward
just
silence.
inconceivable. Let's have another awkward conversation, shall
Gonna
we?
open it.
Right. And our road trip with Dad here.
Yeah.
He's not even very reassuring. That's pretty good odds. I mean, you could die.
There's a slightly less than 3% chance I could die. Well, yeah, but that's pretty good.
Right.
He's performing
Why
like
didn't you
he
ask me
knows
to?
he's the B plot and he's a little upset about it. That's sort of what I think is going on.
Yeah.
He is asking what we all wanted to know. Why didn't you just?
Why
have Dr.
didn't you just?
Pulaski
Well,
perform the
because
person?
she's a terrible doctor. Everyone knows that.
Now, when does the episode come along? Is it several more seasons where Picard actually relives that day where he has the accident and then it changes his future when he avoids it? How far? Because I'm wondering, did they really create this episode just to plant the seed of that story so that they could do the other episode down the road?
I don't think so. I want to say that the episode name is Tapestry, and I want to say it's
much later, isn't it?
4th season, maybe 5th. It's later. I feel like that was a case of a writer trying to do a Q plot and then like realizing, oh, well, we know this about Captain Picard's past. Do you know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
Which is great. Through lines are great. It's good when the writers do their job.
I love Geordi here because Geordi is dealing with these guys and he's still like showing them what he's doing. He's trying to be like, look, see, here's the issue. I'm fixing it. This is how you fix it.
The problem is your computer is using motherboards from the 80s.
One small problem. Your technology is like 300 years old and it is pre-warp travel technology.
Right. I'm not sure how you got here, but this thing has a Dell logo on it.
Not even. It's like a Wang computer.
Came in this cow-shaped box.
Oh my God.
Like a gateway. Remember those?
Yes, I do
The
remember the
print
gateways.
cardboard boxes. Yeah.
I'm trying to check out your navigation system, but it's a GeoCity site.
How do you still have a Lycos email? Like, what is that about, guys? Remember that? You guys have a Lycos? Yeah.
There's another awkward one. You're uncomfortable with me because you hate kids.
Right. Everyone knows it.
Wesley, I love you.
Shut up, Wesley.
It's like, I bet you wish that I was Commander Riker because you like him, you don't like me. It's like, are you fishing for him to say that he likes you?
You don't like kids. Also, P.S., you're old enough to pilot a shuttlecraft. Stop calling yourself a kid. How old is he supposed to be here? 15, 16, something like that?
Sure.
Probably like 16. I mean, he's taking his exam to get into the academy, but it's the second time he took it. Remember, he took it last season and failed. Because he
didn't fail. They just only selected one person.
Oh, right. Because only one person gets into the academy each year is the implication, which is insane.
Which
so
is
that can't be
not
real.
Accurate. But I guess
accurate.
maybe they put people into like pods and only one from each pod make it just to make it competitive.
Right. And what's his name?
Which feels like a bad strategy, but
Yes.
It's the future. Things are different. Nothing matters. LOL.
It's so hard to get into school. If only Dr. Crusher had, done the Lori Loughlin thing and got him in. Brent Spiner is like wincing, like, oh God, you're an idiot.
He's sneering.
Yes.
He's sneering at them.
Oh, it's like they told these actors just like act like an idiot. The other thing is once we find out
Jordy's being so nice.
So nice. Once we find out they're evil, I kind of wish that it was revealed that this was all a ploy. Like actually they can speak in complex sentences. They were just making him think that they were stupid.
Yeah.
That's not true. They're actually like limited vocabulary.
Or even if they acted like in a more sinister manner, even if their language didn't change, if their demeanor changed, but they're still doing the same thing. They're just, they're just like, I got a gun now.
Right.
Okay. No, we're going to keep him. I got guns. We go boom, boom.
How did he know that they wouldn't just kill Jordy? Like,
yeah.
He's like, better shoot him with this thing.
It was a trap. Like the Packlids made the systems look like they were failing. So they're smart enough to do that.
They're smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
They're
but
playing,
they don't seem like they are smart
dumb.
enough to do that.
Yes.
Maximum
Let's
sensitivity.
blow it up.
And back to the... There's a great video on YouTube of like all of the silent moments of them in the shuttle like edited together with just awkward pauses, and then it's like credits. Like that's the whole episode.
He's got sandwiches where the crusts are cut off. He cut off the crusts for Wesley.
Oh,
he's like, is this pimento cheese? How old are you?
I love pimento cheese.
I do too.
Actually, I think they're cucumber sandwiches.
That's a cucumber sandwich. The other one looked like it had lettuce or something.
I do remember
Wesley
watching
got
this
peanut butter
as a child and thinking that sandwich looks delicious. I'm going to put cucumbers on bread, but I don't think it's that simple. Like I think you
need like some kind of salad dressing.
There's like butter or a dressing. Yeah.
Toss the cucumbers and something.
Dill. Sprinkle a little dill.
Right.
I hate dill.
Okay. Strong feelings about dill.
There's this long story behind it, but really?
What a weird thing to say.
That's creepy to say when women are concerned. I'm in complete control. That just sounds
completely in control.
Back the
I have no hormones.
Red flag.
I have no attraction to anyone or anything.
I sort of feel like I'm this extra dimensional being that just doesn't really belong here.
It's kind of weird. I kind of feel like one day I'm just going to be able to phase out of this dimension. You know, do you ever get that?
Like I'll just like surpass humanity in some way and leave it all behind. But what's your problem? Yeah. Why didn't we write this show?
What's that? Your heart's not working? I don't need my body.
I don't need.
You can have mine.
You can have mine. It's not. I'm not going to need it for much longer. I'm going to exist just as energy. But first, I'm going to make my mother go crazy by having her be in a bubble that gets consistently smaller until she's the only person left in the universe.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
And then I'll rescue her.
Is this really an appropriate story to tell to a 16-year-old child?
Like this is
getting
like,
graphic.
It's captivating, actually. The story's the best part of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly of this B plot.
It's the only part of the episode that feels like the Picard of the rest of this season.
Yeah.
Because he's telling a story. There's humility. He's connecting with another member of his crew.
There's humanity.
He's being super engaging and charming.
I love how casually he talks about being stabbed.
Yeah.
You fought them?
One of his chums.
And this is not exactly how we see it happen in Tapestry. I don't think he has anyone in a death lock or whatever when he gets stabbed. But whatever. Okay.
I actually like the idea that he, it's like the fish was this big when he caught it.
He's embellishing a little bit.
There were 18 of them.
Yeah, I had a serrated knife go through my heart, but I almost had him. There were like 17 of them. I had 16 down, but one of them just came and stabbed me through the back like a woman.
He's so like cool about it. He's like, but he's chewing the hell out of that sandwich. But other than that, he's just so like, I surely would have died.
Better British about the scenery, I suppose.
How many sandwiches do we think Patrick Stewart went through in these takes?
Yeah, because he's not pretending to eat.
Yeah, he's eating. Which means every take from every angle, he has to still be eating. I bet that's why it's cucumber sandwiches. It needed to be something super light.
Oh, sure.
He probably had a dozen of them.
And here he's drinking coffee.
He doesn't usually drink coffee. No, but we're exploring more of his character.
He's got to stay awake on this.
It's a road trip drink. It's like
it's a road soda.
I guess in the future, you don't have to have an empty stomach before surgery.
They can beam that right out of you.
Just beam it out. That's why there's no toilets on the Enterprise. Right. Beam it right out.
Oh, they have a replicator. I forgot about that. It is not broken. See, now he does seem a little more sinister.
Yeah.
Either it's really cold on that ship or they're very hot. Sorry.
Well, they are pretty hot. Those guys. See, I did it again. What is wrong with me? I think I was watching too much TV or something.
There's always money in the banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand.
She's sitting there like, did I or did I not come on this bridge 3 hours ago and tell you this was going to be a problem? Do not come crying to me now, asking me what their motivations are. Gosh. They got what they wanted. They wanted Geordi, like I said. P.S. Captain Picard has a bad heart.
Right.
I was able to sense that from like 20 light years away because I'm just like really on point today.
She's like, counselor's log. I was right again.
That's what our personal log is every day. I was right. They didn't listen. I'm getting sick of this shit.
It's not TNG The Next Generation. It's TNG Troy Never Gaffs. Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty, yeah. Because she doesn't.
I feel like you had that one in your pocket ready to go, but
I've got a book. I've got a book of notes. Just one-liners. I'm ready to throw out there.
Other things. What else does TNG stand for, Ben?
Right, exactly.
I'm breaking
Parents
the rules
never
of
give up.
improv.
Tribbles.
She's so annoyed.
She's so annoyed.
She's
legs are
like, we
crossed.
would not be in this situation if you all had just listened to me. But you all had to mansplain to me what was going on when I was telling you they are pulling some shady shit. You're like, they're not smart enough.
She's like, what's wrong with your empathic
how annoyed
skills?
she is. Look at her body language.
Yeah.
She's so annoyed. I love it. I love Marina Sirtis is the unsung hero of this episode.
Those buildings look like the Among Us characters. You guys play that game?
Oh, they do. I was thinking they look like trash cans. But
yeah, they do look like trash cans.
I didn't know what that was.
They have the same fake plants in the future.
I wonder where they shot this, because that's clearly like a real door to like a conference center or something. It's like a glass door. Yeah. I didn't know what Among Us was until now that I work on a college campus. I know what all the kids are watching.
All the kids like it.
I can't not.
Do they still like the Paw Patrol?
They're all into the Peppa Pig now.
Oh my God.
There's a Legoland in Orlando, Mike. They're opening up a Peppa Pig themed area of Legoland Orlando.
Oh. He's like, no. No. I should have looked to see if you could tell that that's not LeVar Burton, or if LeVar Burton like threw his body back like that. It's
I think
intense.
he threw his body. Well,
we are Samaritan.
this.
Oh, now they are looking a little sinister. It's like, dun dun. Oh, they already replicated the phaser?
You will make
Didn't
more.
notice that before. They each had one.
Yeah, they all
have tiny remote control phasers.
Yeah, I mean, they just look like a posse of deranged 5-year-olds. They didn't feel like I would have loved if like the tone of their voice changed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great observation. He's been shot multiple times. He could need medical attention.
He
Maybe.
might. Did you see him bounce off of the wall? That's if he was wearing a red jumper, he would be dead.
Yeah. Thank God that internal flak armor is built into the engineering and command crews only.
Thank God.
He had his OSHA required back brace on.
This whole section feels like they went back to the original series, like in terms of the props and the costumes. It feels so old.
Yeah.
Like even the computers.
Yeah. Well, look at the a lot of this is props that are just rented from like a rental house. You can tell because they don't match the Star Trek aesthetic. And they shot this on the Battle Bridge set, which has those leaning like panels at the top. They did that a lot. I also don't understand why their surgical outfits tuck their hair back but don't cover their face at all. Like, I'm sure that there's a reason, but why do they have to cover their hair if like...
I guess so the hair doesn't fall out. It's sort of like this food service. You don't.
It's a hairnet. They all have surgeons wear surgical caps, like they wear.
Yeah,
that's true. But they also
because they're not like opening him up, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Well,
saying
and they
that
also created a sterile field, so I guess you don't have to worry about what you're breathing.
right. Then why would you have to worry about your hair? I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
hair
I'm
could be
overthinking
sterile
it.
and still get in there.
That's true.
You don't want that in there.
I think we're thinking about this a bit more now because it's, COVID.
I think
That's
we're
true. We
thinking
wear
of it a
masks
whole
a
lot more
lot.
than the writers did.
Yeah. A nice conference room scene, part B. Okay.
Kind of like
Who
the
wrote
ruse I
this?
Now
suggested.
she's entertained.
Are you suggesting a ruse of some sort? Are you paying attention? Yeah, that's what he's suggesting.
That's exactly
this
what
like
that's exactly
one of
what
the
I said.
ways-
I feel like I couldn't have been clearer. I don't. Better get the death ray.
It just
Or-
feels like this
don't need a
just feels
microscope.
so incongruous. Oh, look, there's the yacht.
Oh, there it is. The one that they
Now I
decided
know
not
what
to
it
take.
is. Oh, poor Jordy. He's definitely got like a broken rib or two.
He may need medical attention.
He may. They're computer things. We need computer things.
I'm not sure why they're being so patient, these Packlets. Because he said, he was like, we need the computer. We want your computer now. And they pointed weapons at Jordy. And then like that went away and everyone's just in the conference room talking. Like at no point were they like, okay, you have 5 minutes or.
Well, because, there was a commercial break.
Right.
Packlets have to take commercial breaks too.
Right. I mean, I bet it's hard to pee in those outfits. So
They just beam it out.
just beam it out. Mm-hmm. This is weird. Them subtly telling Jordy the plan. But I don't know. It's great that he catches up, he picks up what they're laying down, but what are they laying down?
Yeah.
I think they're saying that they're going to blow up the ship.
Right. I want Jordy to be like, what the hell was that all about? What were they trying to tell me? It's about time and 24. So in 24 minutes, we'll use a what? But he puts it all together. Worf playing the role of a dick. That's believable.
I also feel like this is 24 is just like the countdown that they gave them. Why are they?
Why is that significant? It's not like they don't know how long it's going to take.
Because they announced
gonna
start
take
the countdown.
24. Right.
It was I got 24 seconds to do the thing. Yeah. I don't know.
I just thought
It
I'd
isn't
mention that
well-crafted.
he's afraid because I could have avoided this entire situation. Just thought I'd
You are smart.
twist that knife a little bit. Make us try. Was that like a sassy snap? Like a go.
Right. You thought you wanted me to help you go.
Megathron or die.
I've got this air conditioner remote control and I'm not afraid to use it.
I will
This
put this
man
on
has
high
no
cool
heart.
so fast.
Why are there so many people standing around doing almost nothing when they're in a room of advanced computers?
Yeah.
Why can't the computer do this stuff for them? Why do you still need surgeons?
And whatever's going wrong, why aren't they anticipating that this could go wrong and they had that person there?
Well, because
they had to be home
Dr.
by dinner.
Pulaski was in the ship.
Right.
She was on the ship.
On the ship.
I can't. I'm so punch drunk at this point.
Do it.
Do it. Yes, we like
those,
that.
like,
Do
red-
that.
Like alarm lights?
Yeah. Don't you try to trick us.
Don't do it. Don't.
At least they're
Well,
smart
no.
enough to know that it could be, he could trick them, but then they don't catch up on the fact that they're obviously being tricked. So they're not that smart. I like the color plexiglass that's on top of Captain Picard. That, again, it's just like cheap props. Wait, is this doctor the specialist that they brought in?
That's the specialist, and he's there. He analyzes it, and he says, you need to do a resection of whatever. And the guy's like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, you won't even attempt it. And he's like, I'm not qualified. And the molecular biologist or whatever the hell he is like, I know someone who is.
Dun dun.
Scene.
It would have been nice if we'd seen like that Dr. Pulaski and he are like pen pals or something earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that. They don't want to play, show their hand.
I feel like she should be more upset about Geordi. Geordi's like her only friend on the ship.
Right.
And he's currently like a prisoner of war.
Now they're going to wrap this up real quick because Picard's about to die.
She's like, I'll be ready. Let me just get this hot cocoa. Oh, those are red lights. Look, they lit up.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that magic wand sticking out.
Oh my God, that is a magic wand. If you flick it just right, flowers come out.
Right. You have to say abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Oh my God. Because they did say before that Captain Picard's life was in danger or something like that. But
yes.
I find it hard to believe that Troy would be like, we got to go now. Like, leave Geordi.
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't.
I mean, maybe she's trying to give him another perspective, but it's the same thing that the doctor said. So it's not another perspective.
Yeah.
Radiance and Gomez prepared to never be on the show again.
They are violent.
Geordi's an actor and he's good.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
Beep, bop, boop, bada, bop.
She's all alone in engineering.
Yep, she's the only one.
Yeah, nobody else down there.
Let's leave the ensign or whatever in charge of the fate of the entire mission.
Remember last season when there were
replicator.
multiple chief engineers? They're all gone.
We're all gone. We don't have any backups.
No.
Geordi is the last one. Once
We got rid of
lose him, it's just
Argyle.
ensigns.
We got rid of the blonde woman.
Was it actually offensive on some level that the Scottish guy was Argyle?
Maybe. Hurry.
Oh.
It's like pixie dust, pixie dust.
Oh no! Hydrogen!
They use their crimson force field. I love that he fires the weapons by like pulling that giant lever. That's fun. I would have enjoyed that as an actor. Feeling I get to pull this big lever. And why not beam him to sickbay? Because he probably needs medical attention. Just beam him straight to the bridge. I want to see him here.
Yep.
For dramatic
He stopped
purposes.
holding his ribs, which means he's recovered from his injuries.
Yep.
Right.
It's miraculous.
Warp 9.
I mean, hydrogen is not like totally harmless.
In the void,
I mean, like,
perhaps, but
that's true, but isn't there some risk that like flooding a ship with it, that something could ignite?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, there's no oxygen in space.
There's
but,
no
I mean,
oxygen.
a couple of those plexiglass panels aren't quite in the right spot.
No.
Yeah. You know what would have been really cool? If they pulled back and it was Crusher. And this was like her intro that she was coming back. That like the person that they called in was Crusher. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Instead, it's Pulaski, and he's like, of all the gin joints in all the world.
Snapping her gloves off in an improper way that now her hands are dirty. He's like, that hurt. I like that his surgical cap is like just a little like toboggan.
Little ski cap.
It's like a ski cap. What do they call those in Colorado?
What?
The
Like a
little
little
cap that he's
beanie?
wearing?
A beanie?
They call them
a beanie.
beanies.
Yeah, toboggans are the things you ride on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I grew up hearing toboggan as the hat, but I think that's a Southern thing.
I mean,
Interesting.
I think they do call the hat the one with the puff ball on top.
Yes.
It's a toboggan hat.
Why doesn't
Again,
Troy get
what
up?
ship is
Captain's
this?
on the bridge.
Yeah, she's like,
still salty about the last
Like,
6
not-
hours.
Not everyone stood up.
she's like, they wouldn't listen to me. I told them to go save you, and they delayed.
Yep. The reason that we were late was Riker's fault, not mine.
We have a cucumber sandwich to make. Yay.
It's just like pay attention to nothing that happened.
Right.
Everyone knows now.
And at some point, someone's going to let him know what happened. And he's going to go, I left you alone for one goddamn day.
And
you
what?
almost killed the
My
only
God.
chief engineer who's been any good on this starship.
Well, someone said
Exactly right.
that this episode is like everyone's suddenly an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like the series of mistakes that had to happen to make this happen are crazy. Like, why did they send their chief engineer over to fix this simple problem? I don't know. Why didn't he take a shuttlecraft? Why didn't he let Pulaski operate on him? There's no good reason. What went wrong with his surgical procedure? They don't really say. You know what I mean? It's like, what? It's just not very well written.
It's a very interesting thought.
I guess I'm saying I don't think the episode holds up. Although I am happy that it gave us the Packlids because they come back. They come back in like Deep Space Nine and stuff as minor like one-offs and stuff, but significantly they come back in that episode of Lower Decks in a hilarious way.
Yeah.
An upsetting way, actually. They're really dangerous then.
It's
Well,
pretty
and
good.
also
I enjoy
it's
it.
cool that we get that little backstory about Picard, because then we get a really cool
right.
episode down the road.
Yeah, I had already blanked that out of this episode. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's good backstory.
Even though they didn't know that when they wrote this, so I don't know if you can give them too much credit for that, but
Sure. Yep,
it's sort of the one good part of Picard's like arc.
Well, and so much of the dialogue is just written out of character. Why does Wesley feel like he's suddenly enabled to ask Picard all these personal questions?
Yeah.
You know, why aren't people listening to Counselor Troy? It's just kind of like, who wrote this episode?
Why are there no
Robert
lights
McCullough.
on that shuttle?
Why?
They're saving energy.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It was very dim in there.
Yeah. And that
Well, 'cause they
flashing
dimmed
like
the cabin lights
locator
for
light was ridiculous. It's like, for the duration of your flight, we will be turning the lights down. So you could, apparently it was a red eye, you know.
right. All right. Well, any other Samaritan Snare thoughts?
It's one of my top 5
are-
all time.
We are strong.
Coffee.
So strong. Now this episode.
Find things.
It's fine. It's just
Yeah,
not great.
it's. I mean, it is.
I like it. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's,
I mean, there are worse episodes.
yeah.
There are.
The B plot is a little thin in this one.
Yeah.
The whole like,
I'm
let's
gonna
just put the
find
captain's
that-
life in danger for no reason.
For no reason. I'm going to find that video of the silence and email it to you guys.
Please do.
So everyone look for that. Well, I think that does it for today. Thank you guys for listening. Again, check out our Patreon, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Hailing Freak Open, or on our webpage at hailingfrequenciesopen.com. And until next time, Hailing Frequencies closed.